Lesson 38.
Урок 38.
Let's chat.
Давай поболтаем.
Great Britain is cool.
Анна приехала из Иллинойса и остановилась на некоторое время у Джона в Саусе. Они беседуют о погоде и о том, как англичане к ней относятся. Блок 1.
Tell me, John, why are English people more obsessed with the weather than any other nationality?
Well, has any other country got such an interesting climate as England?
I agree, it is more changeable than anywhere else I know.
Exactly. In the morning it can be pouring with rain, then at lunch,
There might be thick fog or drizzle.
then by afternoon it could be as hot as in Africa.
Of course, you're joking, aren't you?
Okay, maybe a little bit cooler than the Sahara.
Блок 2.
Actually, I find it much milder in summer than I thought before I came here.
Yes, the temperature doesn't often go as high as 30 degrees centigrade.
And the winters aren't as cold as I expected either.
It's warmer in the south. In the north it's always colder than here.
So there is nothing more exciting than the weather for people to talk about?
It's less boring than politics or what's on the TV.
All right, you persuaded me, John. Oh, look! It's as sunny as a summer's day outside.
You know, you sound nearly as English as I am.
Apart from my American accent, of course.
Мартин усердно работает над иллюстрациями. У него совсем нет свободного времени. Его подруга Джоанна заходит к нему узнать, как идут дела. Блок 3.
Are you still as busy as last week on your paintings, Martin?
I have to work harder than usual on this project.
Why? Isn't it as easy as the earlier one?
The paintings are slightly easier, but there are far more pages to do than before.
Let me have a look at what you're doing. Oh, it's much more colorful than I expected.
Can you guess which season this one is about?
Well, there's a strong wind and a lot of small clouds in the sky.
But it's sunny, not really cloudy.
I like the rainbow, too.
Can you see the little shower by the hills?
Ah, yes. With all those lovely flowers, it must be spring.
Correct.
Блок 4.
This next picture isn't quite as finished as the last one.
But I think it's prettier, though. There is a lovely clear sky.
I tried to make it look hot and sunny.
Then it has to be summer.
This third one is a bit darker than the spring or summer picture.
You made the clouds blacker, and the street looks very wet.
I'm going to paint in heavy rain and some lightning to make a thunderstorm.
Autumn. Or fall, as we Americans say.
In this last sketch, I wanted it to look freezing.
It certainly looks a lot colder than autumn. Is that snow?
Yes, you might think snow is just white colour, but painting it is much more difficult than you think.
Being as good at painting as you are, Martin, I'm sure you won't have any trouble.
New words.
Новые слова.
The four seasons.
В этом разделе мы рассмотрим слова, с помощью которых можно описать времена года. Блок 5. Посмотрите на картинки и отметьте то, что характерно для каждого времени года.
Sun.
Cloud.
Rain.
Fog.
Rainbow.
Snow.
Wind.
Примеры.
Spring is nicer than winter.
Mr. Livingstone could not see in the fog.
A warm summer wind is wonderful.
Unfortunately, the sun went behind the clouds.
Блок 6. От некоторых существительных можно образовать прилагательные.
Sun, sunny.
Cloud, cloudy.
Wind, windy.
Fog, foggy.
Примеры.
On Tuesday, it was sunny and windy.
It is often cloudy and foggy in autumn.
In Glasgow, it is a very windy day.
Блок 7. Запомните несколько слов и выражений, описывающих климат Великобритании, известный своими дождями и туманами.
Wet weather.
Drizzle,
Pouring with rain.
shower,
Heavy, light rain.
thunderstorm.
Примеры.
At first, there was a drizzle, then a light rain.
Later, it poured with rain.
Finally, the heavy rain turned into a thunderstorm.
When the sun came out from behind the clouds, I saw a rainbow.
Talking.
Поговорим о разном.
The weather for today.
Мистер Хардинг осматривает телестудию и заходит в отдел службы погоды, где работает мисс Петерс. Блок 8.
I hear, Miss Peters, you make the weather for the whole country.
Oh no, I'm not as clever as that. I only make the forecast.
Of course. So, what is today going to be like?
Well, you can see from the chart it is warmer than yesterday.
Good. It was almost as cold as a winter's day.
Not really, Mr. Harding. It was only 10 degrees centigrade.
But it's still colder than what we can expect at this time of the year, isn't it?
Just a bit, yes. The wind makes it feel worse than it is.
You call it the wind chill factor, don't you?
That's right. We often put this on the chart, together with the actual temperature.
Блок 9.
I see. And, what do these lines mean?
They show the pressure. You can see over here there is higher pressure than this part of the country.
Here, the lines are further apart than anywhere else.
That means the weather will not change very much over the next 24 hours.
And when they are closer than that?
We can expect some storms.
Oh dear. I forgot to bring my umbrella today. Can't you really make the weather for once, Miss Peters, instead of just forecasting it?
New vocabulary.
Новая лексика.
Where's my umbrella?
Слушая прогноз погоды, можно узнать много новых слов, с помощью которых можно рассказать о погодных условиях. Блок 10. О погоде говорят всегда и везде, неважно в какой стране вы находитесь. Вот наиболее часто употребляемые слова.
Freezing.
Cold.
Cool.
Mild.
Warm.
Hot.
Boiling.
Примеры.
Miss Peters says it is very mild for this time of the year.
I enjoy swimming when it gets boiling in summer.
It was so freezing, he wore 3 sweaters.
This warm weather is perfect for gardening.
It is too cold to eat ice cream.
Блок 11. Говоря о температуре, мы используем такие слова.
Temperature.
Degrees.
Centigrade.
Thermometer.
В Британии при измерении температуры используют 100-градусную шкалу Цельсия, в то время как в США пользуются более старой шкалой Фаренгейта. Блок 12. В диалоге встречаются и другие слова, связанные с погодой.
Forecast.
Chart.
Pressure.
Wind chill factor.
Примеры.
Ron watched the weather forecast for tomorrow on TV.
Don't forget about the wind chill factor.
High pressure usually means good weather.
Low pressure on the chart often means rain.
The sound of English.
Так звучит английский.
English under stress.
В этом разделе мы рассмотрим правила постановки ударения в производных словах. Блок 20. Если от простого слова образуется слово более сложное, то ударение, как правило, не меняется, оставаясь на том же месте, что и в слове исходном.
Give.
Forgive.
Forgivable.
Unforgivable.
Примеры.
Please forgive me for not saying goodbye.
It was a forgivable mistake.
The most unforgivable thing was not being sorry.
Блок 21. Когда добавляются суффиксы
I-O-N,
или
I-A-N,
то ударение в словах всегда изменяется, переходя на слог, предшествующий этим суффиксам.
recommend, recommendation,
music, musician,
imagine, imagination,
Примеры.
He recommended the play, but his recommendation isn't worth a lot.
the music was wonderful and the musicians played well.
Imagine the world at peace, if you have a big enough imagination.
Блок 22. Названия научных дисциплин и учебных предметов часто оканчиваются на
Y.
Biology,
Philosophy,
geography,
geology.
Посмотрите, как изменяется ударение в словах, образованных от них.
biological,
Philosophical,
geographical.
geological.
Примеры.
When you studied biology, you learned to have a biological view of the world.
The geography teacher gave the geographical position of Switzerland.
To learn philosophy and to be philosophical in life are very different things.
Блок 23.
Reading and listening.
Мы продолжаем знакомить наших читателей с историей Великобритании. Прочитайте, а затем прослушайте текст.
Britain is their home.
One of the most important years, one that every British person knows, is 1066. This was when the Duke of Normandy, or William the Conqueror as he is called, took Britain and made himself king. It was the last time this happened to the country.
Between 1649 and 1659, there was no king or queen. Oliver Cromwell was the head of Britain, but he was not very popular. When he died, Parliament wanted to return to the old ways and asked William of Orange from Holland to be king.
It might surprise you to learn that the present Queen, Elizabeth II, is from a family which also comes from outside England. Perhaps this makes her a typical Briton.
If you visit the country, you will find people here not only from Europe, but also from many parts of the world. For example, from Africa, India, Jamaica, China and Pakistan. No matter where they come from, they are all British, just as British as the Queen.
Try this.
Попробуй свои силы. Блок 24.
Exercise 3. Listen and fill in the gaps.
Упражнение 3. Прослушайте запись и вставьте недостающие слова.
Summer is a lot hotter than winter.
George is much more serious than John.
The film was not as good as the book, but much better than I thought.
It's a lot further to Australia than Ireland.
My exams were a little easier this time.
Блок 25.
Exercise 5. Complete the dialogues with an opposite adjective in its comparative form, then listen to check.
Упражнение 5. Дополните диалоги антонимичными прилагательными в сравнительной степени. Прослушайте запись и проверьте себя.
The train is faster than the bus.
No, it isn't. It's slower.
Is your brother older than you?
No, he isn't. He's younger.
The living room is smaller than the kitchen.
No, it isn't. It's bigger.
Monday was colder than Tuesday.
No, it wasn't. It was hotter.
The video is cheaper than the book.
No, it isn't. It's more expensive.
Today is warmer than yesterday.
No, it isn't. It's colder.
The instructions are more useful than your friend's advice.
No, they aren't. They're less useful.
English is more difficult to learn than Chinese.
No, it isn't. It's easier.
Блок 26.
Exercise 7. Listen and mark the present weather conditions on the map.
Упражнение 7. Прослушайте запись и отметьте погодные условия на карте.
Good evening. This is the weather forecast. Before I begin to talk about tomorrow, here is what it is like now for the British Isles. If you are in England, you are no doubt feeling cold. The temperature is only 16 degrees centigrade, I'm afraid, which is not normal for this time of the year. But you are lucky because it is much worse for everyone in Wales. There, it really feels like winter. There was rain last week, but today it snowed. It is freezing, so be careful on the roads. The weather chart shows that Scotland has low pressure at the moment. They missed the rain last week, but now it is their turn. There aren't any thunderstorms in Scotland, but it is very cloudy. Under the clouds, everywhere is very wet, and with drizzle at the very least. It is a little warmer in Ireland, with 20 degrees centigrade, but it is windy, so hold on to your hats.
Блок 27.
Exercise 11. Listen, then fit the names to which season they like.
Упражнение 11. Прослушайте запись и скажите, кто какое время года любит.
Timothy doesn't like it when the weather is too hot. He prefers it to be a little cooler. His favorite time of year is when the leaves turn from green to orange, then start to fall.
Justina's favourite sport is tennis. Not indoor tennis, but on an outdoor court. She likes that season when the days are long and sunny, and when there is only a little chance of rain.
Donald is always out in his garden. He says he doesn't mind if it's snowing or hot and sunny. There is always something for him to do. But the best time for Donald is when the flowers start to grow. It is like everything is waking up after a long, cold sleep.
Geraldine works as a tourist information officer. Her busy time is when there are cloudless days and when everyone is out enjoying the hot sun. Geraldine takes her holiday when it is quieter, when it is too cold for a lot of tourists. Usually, she takes a plane to Egypt, where it is just as hot as those busy working days in England.
Get it right.
Пойми это правильно.
Being mild is cool.
Блок 28. С годами язык меняется. Слова приобретают новое значение, и примером этому может служить слово
Cool.
В наше время оно означает не только прохладный. В молодежном сленге оно имеет значение потрясающий, потрясающе, крутой, круто, здорово. Примеры.
I love that rap singer. He's really cool.
It's cool to have pink hair this year.
I see you're good friends now. That's cool.
Блок 29. Другое слово, которое приобрело новое значение.
Cold.
Как мы уже видели, оно используется для обозначения температуры в значении холодный, холодно, но может означать также и простуда, легкий грипп. Примеры.
You can catch a cold if you go out with no coat on.
Mary should be at home with that cold of hers.
What medicine can I take for a common cold?
Блок 30. Слово
Mild.
«мягкий», «умеренный» используется не только когда речь идет о погоде. Например,
That is a very mild answer. I was expecting a worse one.
Her jokes are mildly funny.
Greg is a mild man. He never gets cross.
Come again?
что-что,
As right as rain.
блок 31.
To be under the weather.
Bill came to work, but he looked a bit under the weather.
Блок 32.
A storm in a teacup.
Roy thought it was a big problem, but it was only a storm in a teacup.
Блок 33.
A fair weather friend.
Now she is alone. She knows they were just fair weather friends.
Блок 34.
To be as right as rain.
Last week she had a cold, but now she is as right as rain.